Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Thank you, Nitya Kishori, for this introduction. Let me start with Mangalacharan prayers. Om Jnanatimidandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manavishtam Sthapitam Sorry for the interruption. Let me start with Mangalacharan prayers. Om Ajnanatimidandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manavishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Katamahyam Tadati Sva Padantikam Vandekam Shri Guru Shri Utapatakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavam Cha Shri Rupam Sakrajatam Sahagana Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakan Vitam Cha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Sapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Rishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarupyasha Kripa Sindhupye Vacha Patitana Bhavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namo Vishnupataya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimate Jayapataka Swaminiti Namine Namacharya Padaya Nitaya Kripa Pradayine Gaur Kata Damadaya Nagragramatarine Namo Vishnupataya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Shunyavati Pashyata Deshatarine Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Kam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Rangayate Girim Kripa Tamakam Vande Shri Guru Dinatarina Paramananda Madhvam Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram Hare Krishna. Okay, before starting off this class, I will ask a few questions. One question. Who are you? What you will say when you ask, when somebody is asking a question, who are you? Can anyone can type the answer? Who are you? Somebody is asking you, who are you? Can anyone type? Who are there? Around 12 members, around 11 are there. Can anyone type, who are you? A human. Very nice. From Bala Gayatri, she says she is a human. What about others? Any interesting answer? I am the servant of Lord Krishna, servant. Very nice. Before Krishna conscious, I will saw my name. Okay. I am a spirit soul. Very good. So few of them are practicing Krishna consciousness and get a chance to know who we are. Actually, we are all the real. Okay, let me start the slide. I will explain from the slide. Today's topic is help. I am slipping back. Everybody is in need of help. Everybody is slipping back. It's a quite natural. Okay. First slide, please. The first slide is the real identity. Our real identity is, it is eternal. Actually, we are all the original position of a living entity is servant of the Supreme Lord. This can be explained in Chaitanya Charitamrita as Jivera Swarupa Haya Krishnera Nityadasa. All living entities' original constitutional position is servant of the Supreme Lord. So, Prabhupada, we know all about Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada would give an easy example to understand our position. He gives an example of a finger. Everyone has finger, right? So he gives an example of a finger. What is the business of the finger? The business of finger is serving the whole body. So if the body wants, okay, Mr. Finger, please come here. The finger would say, yes, master, I will come and do some service. So the finger is part and parcel of the body. Like that, we, the living entity, are part and parcel of Krishna, and we are the eternal servitor of the whole, absolute whole. So this is easy. I hope this is easily we can understand from Srila Prabhupada's example. And also how the living entity fall down. And again, Srila Prabhupada given best easy example, which we can easily understood that Srila Prabhupada, when the living entity not serving the Supreme Lord, that is, when the living entity falls down from Krishna consciousness, it falls into the material pool. So, Prabhupada give an example of, imitated the example like the stone falling into the water, that is blue. So, when the living entity falls from Krishna consciousness, or it forgets the real entity, it forgets the real identity, then it is blooped. We all are blooped from the spiritual world and falls into the material world. So what is the solution of this? So we may think that everybody is helpless in this material world because we forgot the real position. We got our little independence. As we are part and parcel of Krishna, Krishna is 100%, we are 10%. So we also have some little independence. We are misusing the little independence. That is given in Prema Vaivarta Puran that Krishna Bahirmukha Vaha. Krishna Bahirmukha Vaha Boha Vancha Kare. Krishna Bahirmukha Hana Boga Vancha Kare, which means actually the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna is the supreme enjoyer. If the living entity tries to enjoy without the Supreme Lord, then to satisfy him, Krishna accepts and created the material world to enjoy. So our position is eternal servitor of Krishna. So when coming to the next, this is also explained in Bhagavad Gita 15.7. The living entities in this conditioned world are my eternal fragmental parts. Due to conditioned life, they are struggling very hard with the six senses, which includes the mind. Okay, next slide, please. Okay, if we are in help, then how Lord helps? Lord speaks through medium. The Supreme Lord will not come directly. He speaks through some medium. Actually, let me tell you a short story, which some might have read in some. You might have come across this story. There is one person who is very faithful in Lord. He is very, very faithful, and he always, whenever he start any business or anything, he worships the Lord, Supreme Lord, and he starts us everything. One time, what happened in that place, there was a storm and fully flooded, everything gone. He was actually floating in the water, and he's screaming that God help me, God help me. So Krishna has sent. Next slide, please. His house is in floating, everything is floating. Then what happens? Next slide, please. When you see this first image, the Supreme Lord sends the shallow. So he is thinking that no, Lord, you should come personally. I'm not taking this. So he rejected that shallow. He didn't hold that shallow. And again, the Supreme, he is screaming for the help. So Lord Krishna sends the log. Again, he rejected the log and no, Krishna, please help me. You are sending log. So he expects Lord to come personally. And again, Krishna is very merciful, and he sends again some creeper to help him. He also rejected the creeper. He thought that Krishna should come personally and deliver him. So after a few minutes, she died, and she met he's going to meet the Supreme Lord, and Supreme Lord said, "See, I have given you few things to recover you, but you are not understanding my plan." So Supreme Lord Krishna never comes directly. He speaks through medium, and he sends some things, or it may be things or human or anything which is near to us to help us. So we have to understand Krishna's plan, that help can be from anywhere and anything, like it may be material or it may be human. So we have to understand Krishna's plan. If we are in help, if we get help from anything, we have to accept. So he lost all the help which is given by Krishna. So Lord speaks through medium. The medium may be anything. Next comes, this can be easily understood by the real pastime of Bilvamangala Thakur. I hope everyone knows about Bilvamangala Thakur. I think that famous song we used to sing on Purushottamant, Reje Prasidam, that is written by Bilvamangala Thakur. Bilvamangala Thakur was a South Indian Brahmin, very rich person. And due to some bad association, his famous literature is Krishna Karnamrita, and his samadhi is in Vrindavan also. So his due to bad association, he became a very staunch prostitute hunter, and her name was Chintamani. He engaged all his money wealth to her. Every night he used to go to her house, and one night it was terribly raining. What happened? So Chintamani thought he will not come. But what Bilvamangala Thakur did, he crossed over the river, and when he crossed over the river, the door was locked. So he jumped over and catching a snake and entered the house. Chintamani was bewildered by seeing him in the terrible condition, and she was so bewildered and anxious, like what to say. She was so amazing, like astonished. The word is astonished. Why? How come in this condition? How could you come here? So he reminded her that if you have attachment, if you have this kind of, you are such attracted for the skin. So she told that if you are attracted, this kind of attraction, if you have for Krishna, then your life will be successful. Then by listening this, Bilvamangala Thakur became, he left her and going to Vrindavan. What happened? Actually, Bilvamangala Thakur was in his previous life, he executed devotional service unto Bhava Bhakti. This Chintamani in Bilvamangala Thakur's life, she acted as a spiritual master. So God sends anyone as a spiritual master. So like that, she reminded Bilvamangala Thakur his position. So his famous work is Krishna Karnamrita. In this he has written that when anyone is fixed up devotion to Lord Krishna, he can easily see Krishna in this life. So this he mentioned and realized personally also in his lifetime. So when he goes to Vrindavan, when he's going to Vrindavan, that attraction not goes. So he followed one woman. He's a merchant's wife, and women told her husband that somebody is following. Then that husband, rich merchant, he saw Bilvamangala Thakur and thought, oh, he's a saint, so you should serve him. Like that, she ordered. That husband ordered her. So when trying to serve him, then Bilvamangala Thakur got his senses, and he become very upset with his behavior. So what he did, he asked that woman that, mother, please give me your pins of your hair. Like that, when he got the pin of that woman's pin, and he just plucked out his own eyes, because I'm still getting attracted to the beauty of the woman. So this is not good for bhakti. So I want to pluck out my eyes, and he plucked out his eyes with the pins, and what to say, he voluntarily blind himself. And after in Vrindavan, Krishna supplies milk. He is actually blind. Who will help? So Krishna supplies milk. Krishna is always in Vrindavan. By practically, he realized through bhakti, devotion, through his devotion, he sees Krishna and he is associated with Krishna. So here in this incident, Lord Krishna sends Chintamani as his guru. So Krishna will not come, even though if he practiced bhakti in previous life, if he left for some 10% or 20%, Krishna will send someone to remind our bhakti, and we can continue from where we left from the previous birth. Next slide, please. Okay, we all know that God sends his representative. Actually, Balaram is Guru Tattva. Lord Balaram represents Guru Tattva. Sri Chaitanya Balaram in this modern age, in this Kali Yuga, Lord Balaram appears as Nityananda Prabhu. Nityananda Prabhu is Guru Tattva, and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the Supreme Lord himself. He is Savior Tattva. So this Nityananda Prabhu, the Guru teacher, teaching the teachers how to worship Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So Lord Krishna sends his representative to teach us to revive. Lord Krishna sends his representative to teach us to revive our original constitutional position. Through spiritual master, he is reminding us our position. And also, this is clearly explained in Bhagavad Gita 4.34. That sloka is Tatvidi Pranipatena Pariprashnena Sevaya Ubadakshanti De Jnanam Jnaninas Tattva Darshinaha. Just try to learn the truth by approaching a spiritual master, inquire with him submissively, and render devotional service unto him. The self, actually, it is getting blurred. I couldn't see the slide. The self-realized souls can impart knowledge unto you because they have seen the truth. So like that, we have to approach the spiritual master and inquire the things submissively. Then this is also explained in Srimad Bhagavatam 3.3 canto 5th chapter 3rd sloka. O my Lord, great philanthropic souls travel on the earth on behalf of the Supreme Personality of Godhead to show compassion to the fallen souls who are averse to the sense of subordination to the Lord. Those who are struggling, so God has sent us. Krishna is Chaitya Guru. If we are really sincerely in search for the solution of our problems in life, surely Krishna sends us the bona fide Guru. So after that, there are many gurus. We have come across many duplicate gurus, I can say like that. So we have come across, some people say, I am the Guru, you can come. In my personal experience also, I met one person that he told that you are searching of Guru, I am your Guru, you please accept me as my Guru, like that he told. But he worshipping all the demigods and everything. So we have, before accepting the Guru, we have to find who is the bona fide Guru. According to Srila Prabhupada in the Shastras, Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam, the bona fide Guru comes from the bona fide Sampradaya in the disciplic succession. Here in this picture, we can see that some disciple is there, and below Prabhupada is teaching, and this parampara comes. You can see in the Bhagavad Gita first page, after introduction, you can see that this parampara system comes from Gaudiya Brahma Madhva Gaudiya Sampradaya comes from Lord Krishna. The origin is Lord Krishna, then comes Brahma, then from Narada, then from Acharyas, then from Mahaprabhu, then finally we have our Srila Prabhupada and his disciples. So it should be authentic and it should be bona fide. We should accept Guru from a bona fide Sampradaya. There are 4 bona fide Sampradayas are there, which is mentioned in Bhagavad Gita. So the bona fide Guru is, he knows only Krishna and he worships only Krishna and he teaches the message of Krishna. He doesn't know anything other than about Krishna, anything other except Krishna. So we should find that kind of bona fide Guru. If we are really inclined, if we sincerely pray to Krishna that I want a bona fide Guru to guide my spiritual path, then Krishna will reveal the Guru to you. This is true, and for everyone it is happening. Those who are taken the bona fide. Next slide, please. And this can be explained in Bhagavad Gita 3.21. Yatyat acharati shreshtas tattat evataro jana sayat pramanam kurute lokastat anuvartate, which means whatever the great man performs, the common man follows. Whatever the great man given some instructions, that has to be followed by the whole world. Here we can have the example of Srila Prabhupada, the founder Acharya of Iskcon. Srila Prabhupada started Iskcon in 1965 and set some of rules for. He started Krishna Consciousness movement and followed regulative principles and chanting 16 rounds. So he actually achar and prachar, he follows and he preached. That's what, if a pure devotee wishes has done anything, that has to be followed by the common man like us. Next slide, please. Okay. Then comes the real life incident. Let me tell you the example of one devotee, which has happened in one of the congregation, that he is actually practicing Krishna consciousness. His parents are also devotees. What happened? Due to bad association, he has a lot of friends and he went for hunting. Actually, we are not even giving trouble to ant, but knowing everything, because of bad association, he went for hunting and he killed an animal. Actually, because of this, after this incident, he got a major accident. Due to bad association, bad friends, it created bad habits. And what happened? Next slide, please. He met with an accident, serious accident. And what happened? His skull got break. It become a crack and it has opened little, like in the middle. So what happened? Doctors told that 95% he will not come back. Doctors told to their parents that you lost your son, he will not come back, like that. So, but they didn't lose. As a devotee parents, all the parents have affection for their children. As a devotee parents, they are more concerned that they prayed a lot and they prayed to Lord Narsimha and all the acharyas, that to the surprise, after there are so many plastic surgeries also happened with him. They have done, and after 1.5 years struggle he was in the ICU only, still this 1.5 years. And after he came back with God gives a second chance because of his devotion. God gives us even though if he commit mistake, he been forgiven, and Krishna gives a second chance to continue his bhakti. And now he is serving in the temple, and he had a doubt that I have done so much. I done only one mistake, but I suffered a lot of this. But my friends are non-devotees and they haven't met anything like, they haven't done anything. They haven't met any kind of serious issues like that. He asked the question. We come to know that if anybody, devotee or non-devotee, commits a mistake, Krishna is equal to everyone, but he is very partial to his devotees. He is very concerned about his devotees, everything, behavior, and if something is happening, if we do some wrong, parents will beat their own children, not others' children. Like that, Krishna will teach his devotees, not others. Those who are not devoted to Krishna, he will not teach immediately. So Krishna teaches that whenever you do mistake, I will punish you, and he will not merciless. He's not merciless. He's merciful, and he's actually lessening the punishment. Actually, this is. We don't know what others, those non-devotees, what they will get. So whatever we are facing in this lifetime, whatever the problem we are facing, that is reduced by Lord Krishna. If we are not come to Krishna consciousness, if we not pray to Krishna, then it will be very worse. We cannot handle. We couldn't be that. So because of Krishna's mercy, we are facing very little problem. We think it is big, but in Krishna's plan, it is been reduced a lot. So Krishna gives a second chance to this devotee, and now he is practicing Krishna consciousness very nicely, and he is associating only with devotees. Next slide, please. Okay, come back to again Krishna consciousness. Okay. Reasons for next slide. Reasons for slipping from Krishna consciousness. First one is association. People would identify us whom we are associated with. Somebody will say, "Oh, he's also." They will identify us from our association. In Chaitanya Charitamrita, it is mentioned that Asat Sangatyagat E Vaishnava Achara. We should avoid the non-devotee association. That means we should associate only with the devotees of the Lord. If we are not associating with the devotees of the Lord, we will be lost. We don't get any proper guidance, and what to say? We will lose everything. Our habits will change. Our consciousness would change. So this is one of the main reason. And also, Lord Chaitanya would explain in Chaitanya Charitamrita that it is compared with mad elephant offense. No, mad elephant. Sorry, it's coming from offense when it comes to offense. So association is very important. We should associate with people who are like-minded and who are favorable to the Supreme Lord. Then careless with the regulative principles. Actually, fall down is not merely only careless with the regulative principle, but it is particular. We are maintaining the particular offense, that is maybe offense against a holy name, for a long time. If we are trying to correct our mistake, then Krishna will give you the way, and we will progress in our spiritual life. But if you are not, even though if you know that it is offense, if you are not able to correct, if you are not take an effort to correct our mistake, then we will lose gradually interest in path of Krishna consciousness. Then committing offenses against a devotee. This is explained in Srimad Bhagavatam that when anyone, those who are engaged in bhakti, anyone, those who are hears, when he comes to hears about the blasphemy of a devotee, he should leave the place immediately. Otherwise, if he is not leaving the place, then whatever the bhakti he attains, whatever the pious credit, it will all gone in a particular time. So we should be very careful that we should not do any Vaishnava aparadha committing offense against a devotee, and we should not listen the blasphemy of the devotee. That is a major hindrance in our bhakti, in our process of progressing bhakti. And also Chaitanya Mahaprabhu explains about mad elephant affairs, how the mad elephant destroys, tramples all the plants in the field. Like that, it destroys our bhakti creeper, the offense against a devotee. Uncontrolled mind. Everybody in this modern age, we are facing uncontrolled. My mind is not controlled. Everybody is saying, my mind is not controlled. I'm going there. My mind is wandering. I couldn't able to chant. I couldn't concentrate on my studies. So this is explained in Bhagavad Gita 3.40 that the senses, intelligence, and mind are the sitting places of the lust. When the lust covers the original knowledge of the living entity, then it bewilders the living entity. So we have to be very careful, and we have lot of opportunity for the mind to go wander, because we are using social media, we are addicted to, and we are addicted to some websites, and everybody has wandering mind and uncontrolled mind. And also this is clearly explained in Bhagavad Gita 2nd chapter that when the person contemplates the objects of the senses, attachment develops. From the attachment, lust develops. From the lust, anger arises. From the anger, delusion arises. From the delusion, the memory loss. Memory would be gone. Then from the memory is not clear, then intelligence would be lost, and finally we will fall down. So uncontrolled mind is the greatest enemy, and if we give a chance for a mind to contemplate, and it will destroy us. Next slide. Next slide, please. Okay. Practical applications. So how to revive ourselves? So association with the like-minded devotees. The great acharyas have explained that it is foremost instruction from the acharyas that we should associate with the like-minded devotees who are very affectionate towards us. So if we are not associated with like-minded devotees, then we are giving a chance. We are giving chance to Maya to allude for its enjoyments. So we should only associate with the like-minded devotees. And also, I give an analogy, simple analogy. If we want to break a stick, we can. It is easy to break a stick, but it is very difficult to break a bunch of sticks. So if a devotee practicing Krishna conscious bhakti alone, it is easy for Maya to allure his mind, and he can easily deviate. But if the devotee comes in contact with the devotees, and if he practice bhakti, then he will not get any distraction. Therefore, considering this and considering our incapability, we should always associate with devotees and practice sadhana bhakti under their protect. Grab the lotus feet of the devotees and practice sadhana bhakti under their protection. That is good for everyone. Association with the like-minded devotees. Then comes follow the authority. Srila Prabhupada would always say that we should follow the authority. Wherever we are associated with temple, anything, we should follow the temple authority and the GBC and the local, anyone. So if we follow the authority, we will not get distracted. And also he added that This Krishna, he has written letter to his disciple that Srila Prabhupada wrote that this Krishna conscious movement is based on love and trust. So if we are not cooperate, then how come this love and trust would be there? So we have to follow the authority, like chanting our 16 rounds, attending Manglarati, and attending classes, and doing service like that. We should follow the authority. Then only our life will be saved, and we will not go in the wrong path. Next comes avoid Vaishnava Aparadh. Vaishnava Aparadh is the main cause, and main cause for our distraction. Like if we are chanting Japa, if we do some Vaishnava Aparadh, we will not chant. We couldn't able to chant the Japa. We couldn't able to hear, because Lord Krishna will not. For everyone, for Krishna, everybody is same. Everybody is equal. He sees everyone as a soul. So if we offend some of his devotee, how he will be pleased? To avoid Vaishnava Aparadh, we have to beg for forgiveness. And if we can't able to, everybody have some ego. So if we couldn't able to forgive that person, beg for forgiveness, then recently I have attended a Bhakti Sadachar course from Brigat Bhagavata Swami Maharaj. He has given a wonderful step, 19 steps, pre-steps. He has given that if you are offending a devotee and if you are unable to beg for forgiveness, if you don't have courage for that, so we can do some pre-steps, 19 steps to avoid this Vaishnava Aparadh. Like we can pray for them, we can glorify them. At most, the most important thing is, if they are in need of any help, we are the first one to help them. So by doing this kind of things, we can overcome this Vaishnava Aparadh. Only chanting, only it is possible to reach Krishna. These are the important things to do good japa. Vaishnava Aparadh is the foremost thing it is. So Krishna will never be forgiven us. If we are offending the devotee of the Lord, then how Krishna will be pleased? So we have to be very careful with associating with the Vaishnavas. We should not offend them. And also Prabhupada would give an example of the bhakti life is like a razor. If we are not careful, then it will cut. We get a cut in that, like that. So we have to be very careful with the associating with the Vaishnavas. Next comes preaching. Lord Krishna in Bhagavad Gita 18.69, he says that those who are teaching the message of Bhagavad Gita is very dear to him. So those who are preaching, that is, Prabhupada would say that books are the basis, preaching is the essence, purity is the force, utility is the principle. So Achar, then Prachar. If we read Srila Prabhupada books, we get the real knowledge and we get the philosophy also. After reading Prabhupada books, we are trying to preach it. Our movement is not only elevate ourselves to Krishna consciousness, but also help others to come to the level of come to reach the level of highest perfection, that is to reach Krishna. So we have to help others by preaching Krishna's message. For that, we have to read Srila Prabhupada books. One time, one devotee asked that, Srila Prabhupada, how can I please you? Then Srila Prabhupada would say that if you want to please me, you can read my books and follow the instructions which is given there. So even though if we have not know about anything, if we start reading one of the Srila Prabhupada books, we will know who we are and why we are here and what should be our destination, what should we do, like that. All kind of information is given in Srila Prabhupada, even a 20 rupees book. So, and also that even like Srimad Bhagavatam or Chaitanya Charitamrita, if we keep Srila Prabhupada's one book in our home, that brings auspiciousness to our house. So reading books is very important. Even we can spend 5 minutes or 1 page or every day. Like that, we have to spend our time for reading Srila Prabhupada books. Based on that, we can share this message to the near and dear ones. Like that. So next comes Vaishnava Seva. Vaishnava Seva is the foremost for helping, that is avoiding Vaishnava Aparadh. We have to serve the Vaishnavas for avoiding, for recovering from the Vaishnava Aparadh. We have to serve the Vaishnava. So one cannot attain the mercy of the Lord unless one serves the pure devotee. It is also mentioned in Chaitanya Charitamrita. One has to serve the pure devotee of the Lord. Then only we can go back to Godhead. I will tell you an example of Kanchipurna. Kanchipurna is a devotee of the Lord, and in South India. So he used to serve Lord Varadaraj. Everyone was in Kanchipuram. He used to serve Lord Varadaraj. What happened? He's very close to Lord. So what happened? People would come and say their problems, and they will ask something questions, and he personally speaks to the Lord, and he get the answer, and he convey to all the people. One time, one person came and asked to Kanchipurna that you can ask to the Lord that when I will go to Vaikunta. Then Kanchipurna asked to Lord Varadaraj, and he replied that in this life, Lord Varadaraja replied that in this lifetime, this person can come to Vaikunta. Then the Kanchipurna got so excited that I should also ask this question, like that he was thinking. But he don't have courage to ask anything from the Lord, and he didn't ask anything. But after 3 days, Lord knows what is going on in his devotee's mind. So what happened? Lord Varadaraja asked, what Kanchipurna, you have anything? You can ask. I will not mind anything. You can ask. Then with the hesitation, he asked, when I will come to Vaikunta, when you will take me to Vaikunta. Then Lord Varadaraja told that, yeah, you are a good devotee of me and you are serving a lot. But in this lifetime, you cannot come to me because you are not serving my devotee. So I will not take you to my abode in this lifetime. Unless and until you serve my devotee, you cannot reach my abode. Like that, Lord Varadaraja told. After hearing this, his duty was to fan Lord Varadaraja. He immediately dropped out and he went to the place, and he was searching, and he wears a saffron cloth. So he used to ask anyone, please, I want to serve you, please give me service. But he's an exalted devotee, and people are saying, no, we cannot make you we cannot give you any service because you are directly associated with the Lord, and your Lord is speaking to you. You are a great Vaishnava, and we cannot give you service. Like that, everyone in the place rejected him. Then what happened? He had an idea that he hidden his identity, and he changed into a white color dress, white color dhoti and kurta. He just served in his god brother's house as a cowherd man, like. So he never shown his face to anyone, and he did this menial service for 6 months. So after what happened, 6 months he has served in the Goshala and cleaning the Goshala and herding the cows. Like that, he did wonderful seva for menial service for 6 months without showing his identity. This god brother doesn't know this boy, and he's oh my boy, like that. He was patting him and he was giving everything. One day, after 6 months, one day what happened? This Kanchipurna was fully wet, and he was behind the tree or some place. He was changing his dress. So this god brother got to see him. So he went and asked forgiveness. You are Kanchipurna. Why you have done like that? You made me offend. I am offending you. Why you are doing like that? He was bewildered. And immediately Kanchipurna went to the Lord and was running to Varadaraja's temple, and he prayed to the Lord. What happened? What have I do? Why this is happening? He find out what should I do? Then Lord Varadaraja smiled and he said that you have done a very wonderful menial service to my devotee. So in this lifetime, you can come to me, like that. So if we do Vaishnava Seva, if we pleases the Lord's devotees, then sure that we will go back to Godhead in this lifetime. So, and also the highest realization is we should understand our position, and the highest also those who help themselves, that is also the highest realization. Like one who help themselves only, they can help others. If suppose if I am in need of help, then how can I help others? So I should help myself and regain myself, then I can help others. So if we are, Krishna helps through his representative spiritual master. So everyone should have the spiritual master. In Iskcon, we have Srila Prabhupada. He's the preeminent Siksha Guru. We can pray to Srila Prabhupada, our condition. And if we sincerely pray for our spiritual upliftment, surely Krishna sends us the bona fide Guru. Once we are connected with bona fide Guru, then our ticket to back to Godhead is confirmed. Under him, we have to serve all the Vaishnavas. So Vaishnava Seva is prominent. I hope this meets you all. Anything, any doubts and clarifications? Anybody has any questions? Any reflections? Or anything you want to say, you can share. Hare Krishna. Nobody has any question? Yes, Priyadarshini. Can you ask? Can you unmute and ask, or you can type? Can you unmute Priyadarshini? I think she's
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna Priyadarshini. Yes, Priyadarshini.
மாதாஜி இந்த டவுட் இப்ப கேட்கலாமான்னு தெரியல, பட் நான் கேக்குறேன். இப்போ நாம பகவானுக்கு சேவை பண்றோம், பக்தர்களோட கைடன்ஸ் படி சேவை பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கோம். பட் நம்மளோட மைண்ட் எல்லா டைமும் அந்த சேவையில ஈடுபட விடாம நிறைய மெட்டீரியல் பிரச்சனைகளை ஃபேஸ் பண்ணும் போது பிரேமையும் பக்தியும் மனசளவுல இருக்கும். ஆனா நம்மளோட சுச்சுவேஷன் நம்மள பண்ண விடாம தடுத்து நம்ம வெளியில போயிடுவோம் இல்லையா? அப்ப நம்ம ரொம்ப நாளா பகவானுக்கும் நமக்கும் கேப் இருக்கும். பட் நம்ம மனசு ஏங்கிக்கிட்டே இருக்கு, திரும்ப எப்ப எல்லா சேவையும் ஆரம்பிப்போம் அப்படின்னு. அப்போ நம்ம திரும்ப இவ்வளோ டேஸ்க்கு அப்புறமா பண்ணும் போது பகவான் நம்மள அப்படியே ஏத்துப்பாங்களா மாதாஜி?
Kandipa, sure, Krishna will accept. See, Krishna is very merciful, and he is expecting. I hope everyone understands Tamil. Can you ask in English? Is it possible?
Probably I'll translate for the benefit of others. So what Priyadarshini was asking is like, so we always have that enthusiasm to serve the Lord, but many a times we have some disturbance materially, some hindrance, and that would stop our service. But then in our mind we still have that intention to serve the Lord, we have that love and affection for the Lord, but then our material situation is not favorable. And then when we again get the chance to serve the Lord, so will the Lord accept our service? So that is her question.
It's a wonderful question. Suppose, for example, if one person, a boy or a girl, he ran away from the house. From like 10 years, he was run away from the house. What the parents feel? They feel very sad. Suppose if he comes back after 20 years or 15 years, will they reject him? Do you think that they will reject him? No. So the parents are waiting for that boy to come back to them. Like that, Krishna is waiting for us to come back to him. We don't know, without being not in service also, we think that I'm not doing any service for Krishna, whether Krishna will remind me or whether Krishna will protect me. Krishna is always thinking of each and every one of us, but we are only deluded by our mind and the situation. We are not thinking of Krishna. So even though if you are not serving for some time, again if you come back, Krishna surely will accept, and he accepted you. That's what you can come back. He gives you the situation to remember him. So it's not like we should not feel guilt or anything. You should always, if you couldn't able to do the service physically, that means you're not able to go to temple, or if your mind is wandering, then you can always meditate that what is the Krishna usually he used to say in Bhagavad Gita, that we should meditate on that two-handed form, Shama Sundar form. You can meditate as you wish, which form you like. You meditate, and every day you do some service to that form. Like if you like some flowers, when you get up, you just remind the form of the Lord and you offer flowers. If you like to offer any foodstuff, you can offer the foodstuff. This can be actually written in a, we would have been read in a Nectar of Devotion that, one second. Nectar of Devotion that one poor Brahmana would actually, he don't have money and he was offering, meditating the Lord in the Godavari river, and he's offering fruits and flowers. And one time he was a greedy person, like he want to offer a big, like opulently he want to offer the Lord, but he don't have any money. What he did, he took bath in the Godavari river, and he was meditating on the Lord that he is offering all the jewels, opulent jewels, and he prepared a very nice feast for the Lord. So what happened at the end, he was like, okay, I didn't give any sweet rice to the Lord. Okay, let me prepare sweet rice. When he mentally meditating the sweet rice, and the sweet rice was very hot, he thought, okay, how hot it is, let me check. When he touched the finger of the sweet rice in the meditation, his finger got burnt. So this is Krishna. So if you can't able to serve him as a deity form or anything, wherever you are, you simply meditate how you want to do the service. Then if you sincerely meditate, so whatever the situation you are in, soon you will get the real situation. You will get the real situation, and you will get whatever your heart desires. Is it okay? Hope it meets Priyadarshini. Are you there, Priyadarshini? Okay, thank you, Priyadarshini. I think any questions are there?
She was not able to unmute, so she had responded in the chat.
Okay, thank you.
And then I saw Rohini has asked a question.
Okay, next from
now
Rohini.
I am reduced my round. She is now chanting 8 rounds because of household work. So how can she consistently chant 16 rounds? That's the first.
Okay. If you are able to chant 8 rounds, you should have the vow and chant 8 rounds for some period of time. Then you pray to Krishna and he will give you the time. So I can personally say that if you are doing household activity, you remember Krishna, you chant when you when you wash the clothes or when you mop the home. That time you chant in your mind that you chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. In 8 rounds you can chant in your beats, and all other time when you are doing household activity, you chant in your mind or you sing some kirtan like that. So you pray to Krishna, that you pray to Srila Prabhupada, Guru and Gauranga and Acharyas that I should have time and I should be consistent in my 16 round chanting like that. You pray to Krishna and you get the blessings of all the Vaishnavas. Then you will get time and everything. Before that, you chant your 8 rounds in consistency period, and during your household works, you can sing kirtan, because it's not wrong that you have reduced, but due to your situation, you couldn't able to manage. So you can reach 16 rounds, but don't get disappointed and bewildered. Don't think that I'm doing 16 to I reduce to 8, so Krishna will not be pleased with me. Like that, don't think like that. Krishna will be always merciful. If you say Krishna, he will be so pleased. Now you are chanting 8 rounds, so that is okay. But when you do all the household activities, that time you do kirtan or you chant and you pray to Krishna for getting time for chanting 16 rounds. Like that, I think this hopes meets you well. You can do kirtan or chanting while doing household work, then it compensates 16 rounds. And also you pray, you will get your Krishna will arrange the situation. You can, if we repent and if we cry, that if we sincerely praise to Krishna, that sincere word is important. Sincerely praise to Krishna, I want to do this, but I couldn't able to do. My situation is like that. Please, Krishna, help me. If we ask help from Krishna, we are never lost. We can regain back ourselves very soon. We should have the hope, and we should believe Krishna's plan also.
So Vidya has a question. She has typed, Hare Krishna Mataji, when I have to study for main exams, it takes so many days for the exams to get over. Because of that, my daily spiritual activities are not proper, or I'm not doing wholeheartedly. I'm doing with full of rush that I need to finish my sadhana. Because of this, both pressure is making me down and I'm feeling bad even while studying. My mind is focusing on doing sadhana. How can I manage it, Mataji?
Actually, it is not like you have to do your 16 rounds at the time. You can divide your whole day, like you can do 2 rounds, 2 hours once 2 rounds, like that you can chant, and you have to make a schedule that I have to do this time, I want to do this time I want to do this. By proper schedule, you can manage both the studies and sadhana. You don't get bewildered. If you really want to study, you can study and you chant later also. You can chant for some 8 rounds, then you can study, then you chant 4 rounds, you can chant 1 round and you start studying. Actually, I heard this from senior devotee, or I have read somewhere. One of the devotee, he's a doctor, MBBS doctor. He just wrote entrance exam, and first attempt he didn't get selected. Then what happened? He started studying for the entrance exam, and he used to chant 16 rounds, and he continued his studies for the entrance exam. And now he got posted, and he completed his master's, completed his MBBS degree also. He didn't quit chanting for 16 rounds of chanting. He didn't quit. It depends on our attitude that we have to manage everything. In Upate Samveda, it is said that the attitude of the spiritual advancement depends on the attitude of the follower. It's not like I want studies, so I'm not chanting. I want only spiritual, I'm not studying. It's not like that. We have to balance. If you are not able to balance, you can pray to Krishna that how do I balance? If you really pray, and if you are really ask for you can ask to Srila Prabhupada, and you can ask some senior devotees also. You have to put the schedule, time, 24 hours is there. 8 hours I am sleeping, still I am having 16 hours. How many hours I am using phone? How many hours I am talking over phone? How many hours I am doing speaking to some friends? So this exams is not long for I think 1 month, not more than 1 month. This 1 month only, you can use the better bargain, like that. You can use the time very effectively and allot time for chanting and studies. So the schedule you have to make. So you write from 12 a.m. to 1 a.m. like that. You write down all the 24 hours, which time you are doing, how many hours you are spending time for eating and other activities. Then how many times you are studying for your exams. How many hours are left for your sadhana. So 1 round you can take 7 to 8 minutes. So, and then you can give time actually. You just give a try for 2 days, then how it goes, then you find out. If you in my personal example, I'm telling you, if I really struggle for my sadhana, Krishna gives me the way that how I should do and how I should not do, like that. In my personal experience, I got, if I really struggle my 16 rounds of chanting, within 2 days or 1 week, I will get to know that how I should go on, like that. So if you really struggle and sincerely try for that, you will get the answer. You will get what you have to do to balance your sadhana and studies. Studies for 1 month or 2 months, but sadhana is for our lifetime. So we have to give prioritize. Like, I'm taking this, I'm leaving this, not like that. Both are important, and you have to make a schedule and follow according to that. Before that, pray to Srila Prabhupada and Krishna. Prayer is very powerful. If you sincerely pray, Krishna will give you the right path. And everything depends on us, depends on our attitude. If we think we are burdened, that how I can do, I cannot manage both, then we cannot manage. Yes, I can manage both. What is in that 16 round chanting and studies? If we concentrate on both only, then other people will be inspired from us. It's not like if somebody is seeing, your friends are seeing you are practicing Krishna Bhakti and you are losing in studies, what they will think of Krishna consciousness. And if you're managing both and coming everything, you can take it along, then they will see this girl is practicing Bhakti and she is well in studies also. They will be feel good about Krishna conscious also. You can be an inspiration to others also by managing your studies and sadhana. So it's up to you. You can make a list and try it. To try hard, you will get succeed. Any more questions? Any reflections or comments?
That's all. So, hope the session was useful. Hope it brings us closer to Krishna. So, thank you, Minaksi Vrajagopi Mataji. It was a wonderful session, very inspiring, and hope we progress in our Krishna consciousness. So, thank you. Thank you all for joining. And, next week we will not have IYS session, as there is going to be JSSS session hosted by IYS girls. So please join us. We will be sharing the meeting details in the WhatsApp group. So thank you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Hare Krishna.